This is Sri Poojitha. I am working as Assistant Professor in Civil Engineering Department in Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today's topic is Introduction of Geology. Geology is a study of branch of earth. Means geo means earth. Logos means study. Totally it comes from Greek word study of earth. Geology means study of earth. It is a branch dealing with the science with study of earth. It is also known as earth science. It, from the earth, where the geology topic totally cover from the where the earth starts from and the structure of the earth and what are the compositions is there in earth and total history from the beginning of the earth including the development of life also total we cover in this topic. These are the branches of geology. Total earth means not a single word or not a single subject. It deals with these all kind of branches. It deals these all branches. First one is physical geology. It deals with the what are the physical features on the earth surface and how it uh, do their work. It deals with physical geology. In the branch of physical geology, it deals these kind of works. Next one is petrology. Petrology means study of rocks. It deals with the where the rocks are distributed in their locations and what are the uses in about petrology. These kind of topics we deal with the petrology. Next one is mineralogy. In mineralogy, we deals with the uh, study of minerals. How the minerals is in how the minerals come from the earth structure and what are the minerals we required and what are how to identify the physical features of minerals and study the methods of features of the minerals and identify their uh, physical features. In this branch, we deal these kind of activities. Next one is paleontology. Paleontology nothing but study of fossil features. If any uh, if any if any structure or if any animals and plants decomposed by the weathering effect, then it decomposes the earth surface, decomposes in the earth surface. Then the animals and plants are embedded on the top rock structure. Then the segment of the fossil fuels is called paleontology. It deals with branch of paleontology. Next one is historical geology. In historical geology, it deals with the structural geology and stratigraphy, both study in historical geology. How the earth starts from the their life and what are the changes come one by one in these few years. These all are we observe in the historical geology. Next one is mining geology. Mining means we already know. This is the use for mining. What we mine, for example, coal is coal is useful for earth. This is who can do Singareni coal mines is the best example for mining. Like that, gold or any other substances are fuels, natural gas. These are we can do mining. In mining geology, we can do these kind of activities. Next one is structural geology. In structural geology, it deals with the how the structure of the earth looks like and what are the movements and what are the changes come from the earth surface and what are the changes develop on the earth surface, how the volcanoes eruption causes and how the earthquake affects, how these all are come from, where it come from, where the structural where these kind of activities come from, because of the plate tectonics move their position, then on the time these structural geology will changes. The generally these kind of topics briefly we can learn in next slides. Uh, the in this branch, structural geology deals with this kind of activities. Next one is stratigraphy. Stratigraphy is nothing but historical geology only. It deals with the same what the historical geology do, their activities, same activities did on the stratigraphy also. Next one, coming to the first one, it is the branches of geology. Physical geology. Uh, this branch of geology is also called as dynamic geology or geomorphology. Is dynamic geology or geomorphology. Physical geology is also called as, it is also known as dynamic geology or geomorphology. Physical geology deals with the different physical features, like physical features on the earth surface, like mountains, rivers, lakes, glaciers, and volcanoes. These kind of physical features we study. It deals or we study on the earth surface is mountains, rivers, lakes, glaciers, volcanoes. These are deal with different physical features. Will deals with the deals on the earth surface. It deals with the different changes forms on the earth surface, like marine transgression, formation or disappearance of rivers and springs, lakes, uh, disappearance of rivers or formation of rivers. Generally we observe in the some of the areas. It can change the formation of earth surface. What are they? In oceans, marine transgression will be occur, and in rivers, some of the rivers are newly formed rivers can be appear, and some of the rivers are disappeared. These kind of activities we can observe in the physical geology only. And springs, some of the areas in from the land surface also, the springs sometimes will occur and sometimes it will be disappears. Lakes also same thing. Next one is when the physical geology includes with the study of erosion and transportation and deposition. What is that erosion, transportation, deposition? If any weathering effects causes, then the top with the atmospheric agencies. What are the atmospheric agencies? Water, wind, ice. These are the atmospheric agencies. Glaciers also we call. These are the sum of the atmospheric agencies. If any weathering effect causes, then uh, if the rain will occur, rain, then the top layer of this earth surface will remove the, it is in it is in uneven portion. The top layer of the earth surface is in uneven portion. Then if any weathering effects causes, then the top layer of the soil will be eroded and transport from one place to another place. And it will be settled at riverbeds or any other different land areas. The particles are moved towards the direction and towards the some other areas, and it will be deposited. These also include in the physical geology. This is the topic of physical geology. Next one, coming to the branch of petrology. Petrology means study of rocks. Petro means rock, and logos means study. In Greek terminology, it comes from petrology means study of rocks. It deals with the study of rocks. Where the petrology is located on the tops of we know the we know about the layers of the earth structure. First one is earth crust. Second one is mantle. Third one is inner outer core. Fourth one is inner core. The layer of the earth structure is located these kind of layers. First one is earth crust. The top layer of the earth crust is also known as lithosphere. It is also known as lithosphere. It is made different types of rocks and minerals also act in the rocks. Uh, if one mineral or group of minerals called one rock or petrology. It is also known as rock is also known as petrology. One or more minerals, one or more minerals placed on this placed in the one rocks are petrology. Then it is called petrology. It is made of different types of rocks in lithosphere. Petrology deals with the formation, structure, composition, occurrence, and some of the types we have to know in the petrology, where the rock will be formed and how the structure will be occur, and what are the top layer of the surface of the rock it look like. Then we can identify easily we observe the portion of the top layer, then we can easily identify this is the igneous rock, this is the sedimentary rock. These kind of rocks we can observe easily in uh, observing the texture and composition. What are the minerals laid in the uh, rock, and what are the chemical compositions or crystal structure laid in the rock. And next one is occurrence, where it comes from and where it distributes. These kind of activities we can learn in the petrology topic. Petrology generally classified into three types. First one is igneous rock. Second one is sedimentary rock. Third one is metamorphic rock. Rock is also known as petrology. These three are the types of petrology. We generally discuss in briefly in next topic. Now we generally uh, what are the types we can classify in these three types only we are discussing. Next one is a rock is this is the definition of petrology. A rock is defined as cluster or combination of minerals found in the earth crust. Rock is defined as cluster means small pieces, uh, s- pieces of materials. If any material, small pieces of rocks are a combination of minerals uh, found in the earth crust. The study of petrology is most important for a civil engineering in the section of suitable rocks for building stones, road metals, etc. Uh, Generally, why we use the what are the uses for petrology in our civil engineering point of view? It will deals with the if the rock structure is suitable for construction or not. We have to know the strength of the uh, rocks, and it is if the rock structure is good means the building structure also automatically the durability of the structure is high. If the structure rock structure is weak, then the building structure will be also weak. That's why first of all we generally check that rock structure is suitable or not for building stones. Next one is road structure. If the in road, what the metals we use, aggregates different sizes we use in road metals. These are suitable or not. The bearing capacity of the structure is suitable or not. Once again we check and we use in road structure also. If any weathering effects causes, then the automatically the rock durability will be decreased. If it is good means it will be used for any structure. Coming to the next topic, next slide. The rock is based on their suitability can base use it for foundation of dams, tunnelings, and other construction materials also. Rocks generally suitable for, we have to check the foundation of dams where we construct in dams. It will be constructed near the rock areas only. If the rock areas, we generally construct dam means we need the support of reservoir also behind the dam. It will be suitable or not, we generally check. If the soil condition or foundation of the dam is strong means is suitable or not, we generally check and construct the foundation of dams. Next one is tunneling. Tunneling also, we put the hole on the rock, inside the rock, and we construct the tunnels. It is suitable or not, once again we check the rock condition, because some of the rocks are sand rocks also, it laid on the uh, some of the hills will be laid, and other construction materials also it is suitable or not. Once again we check and do the construction proceed the construction work. Next one, already we discussed in previous slide. This is igneous. These are the three classification of rocks in petrology. First one is igneous. Second one is the sedimentary. Third one is metamorphic rocks. These are the this is the texture of the rock. We easily identify the top layer of the texture. We can observe and it. This is igneous rock, and this one is metamorphic rocks. Uh, uh, this is formed in a layer type. This layer type structure is called foliated structure. This is sedimentary rocks. The we easily identify uh, the when the texture is look when the texture is observed. Next one, coming to the next slide, we discuss these topics in briefly in next slides. Next one is mineralogy. This is the branch of mineralogy. It is as a branch of geology deals with the study of minerals. Uh, Generally, uh, mineral is defined as naturally occurring homogeneous solid, inorganically formed, having a definite chemical composition and ordered atomic arrangement. It will be defined as naturally occurring material. Naturally occurring means it comes from the earth surface only. Um, uh, now it deals with natural form. It does not deals the artificial or man-made materials or synthetic materials. It does not deal with. It does not call mineral. Next one is homogeneous solid. It will be a single material and only in solid way, solid form only. It will be. Uh, it does not in liquid or gaseous form. Next one, coming to the organically formed, inorganically formed. Sorry, inorganically formed. Inorganically and organically, what are the difference between these two? Inorganically means natural rock which is found by the earth surface, that is called inorganically formed mineral. And what is organically formed mineral? That is if the structure is uh, if any weathering effects, then plants and animals are decomposed and form a rock structure. After thousands of years, it convert into a rock structure. Then the surface, that kind of materials called organically formed minerals, and having a defined chemical composition. In every mineral has only single chemical composition and have similar atomic ordered atomic arrangement. The crystal structure is in similar order. Supposing crystal has this kind of atomic order structure. In, this is the structure of this is similar order structure. It will be placed in similar way. This is called mineralogy. Coming to the next slide. These are the examples of mineralogy. This is the two layers, two minerals. It will be placed at similar material, similar atomic structure and single chemical composition. That will be identified the which one is quartz, which is granite. These kind of materials we observe uh, in minerals only. Next one, coming to the paleontology. As a branch of geology, it deals with the study of fossils and ancient remains of plants and animals are referred as a fossils. Uh, if any animals or plants decomposed in ancient type, then it convert into in thousands of years. Referred to as fossils. In if under favorable conditions or unfavorable unfavorable conditions, animals and plants like get embedded in sediment. It will be preserved partly or completely. In where we preserve, we generally preserve in uh, where some exhibitions, such remnants of ancient life preserved in rocks by natural process is known as fossil fuels. Already we discussed in first slide. Study of fossils means it will be embedded on the sediments of rocks and it converted into thousands of years, uh, to form a rock or any other sediment particle. Sediment structure for this is the structure. Uh, this is embedded on the rock. If the fossil fuels embedded on the are sedimented on the rock. This is the structure of a paleontology. Next one, coming to the next slide. This is historical geology. In historical geology, it is a branch of geology includes the study of both stratigraphy and paleontology. What is stratigraphy and what is paleontology? In paleontology, we already discussed it. It will be study on the fossil plants and animals are in favorable or unfavorable conditions. It will be is embedded or sedimented on the rock structure. This kind of uh, observation is studied in paleontology topic. And what is stratigraphy? We study the total surface of the earth structure, how the plate tectonics moves, then the uh, earth surface depend on the total plate tectonics. Where total plate tectonics lied, uh, in previous slide we observed this is the earth crust and this is mantle layer. In between them, these plates are placed in between the earth crust and mantle. If mantle means nothing but magma. If if the plate tectonics move in opposite direction, if it get some, if any gap it get, if the magma tries to come upwards upward the top surface of the earth crust, on that time only volcanoes will be erupted. This is the example for volcanoes. And if the plate tectonics moves towards the direction, then it will occurs the uh, uh, faults. Then it will occurs faults. If the plate tectonics move in opposite direction, then it occurs the fault. Or if the plate tectonics move towards and split into one another, then it occurs the earthquakes. These kind of activities we observe in stratigraphy. What are the naturally formed uh, 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 disasters that will be depend on the plate tectonics only. Next one, it is used in civil engineering, is to know about the land and seas, the climate and life of the early times upon the earth. Coming to the next slide, mining geology. It is a branch of geology. It deals with the study of application of geology to mining engineering in such a way that the section of suitable sites for quarrying and mines can be determined. Generally, geology is generally in geology application, mining is engineering is a male selection of suitable sites for quarry and mine can be determined. If any where we do mining, suppose coal, we can mine, and uh, gold we can mine. We can quarry, and this is the quarry area. We do quarry. These are all the surface, and uh, what we want we should be take from the under the surface of the earth. If it here have any coal mines or any gold or natural gas, what we want is what we require, that we should be do mining. A mining engineering is interested in the mode of extent occurrence of ores, their association, properties, etc. Main mode of extent is what occurrence of or form of ores and their association and properties. These are the some of the mining interested on the in the mode of extent of ores, ex- extract of ores. It is also necessary to know other physical parameters like what depth we have to take and direction or a strike. We are generally called direction is also known as strike. In which direction we have to do quarry and what are the inclination we have to do, and inclination is nothing but dip. In geology terminology, we called inclination means dip and direction means strike. And what thickness we have to do, and what is the ore bodies we have required. These kind of activities generally we observe in mining geology. Coming to the structural geology. As a branch of geology, it deals with the study of structures found in rocks. It is also known as tectonic geology or simply tectonics. In previous slide, we already discussed what is plate tectonics, where it will be placed. It will be placed under the surface of the earth crust in between the earth crust and mantle. It will be placed plate tectonics. If the plate tectonics moves, movement only decides the structure of the geology. As a branch of geology, it deals with the study of structures found in rocks. It is also known as tectonic geology or simply tectonics. And next one is generally it forms a rock which forms the earth crust, undergoes various deformation, dislocation, and disturbance under the influence of plate tectonic formations. Uh, it will be deformed and dislocated. Some of the in previous slides we discussed marine transgression will be occur. It will be and some of the rivers are formation or disappearance of the rivers will be dislocation. It will be happen in the dislocation, because if the plate tectonics move towards the air surface, then the top layer of the earth structure also uh, moves towards the direction. If the move towards the opposite direction, if the plate tectonics, then here occurs the volcanoes. It forms the volcanoes and erupted the volcanoes. On the time, the top layer of the earth surface, if have any rivers or any uh, lakes, it will be disappeared. No, that is the reason. Dislocation means that is the reason. And disturbance, if the plate tectonics to moves the direction, and it will be one of the plate will be slip, means it causes the disturbance of the total earth surface. And it will be, if the plate tectonics arrangement only depend on the total earth surface structure. If the plate tectonics moves in any direction, the top layer of the earth also move in opposite direction. In early stage, in ancient life, if the earth will be uh, earth overall the world, it will be placed in together. In number of years will be going. Number of years going on the stage. If the plate tectonics move depend upon the plate tectonics movements, on the time only the earth surface also moving. It gets a gap between the earth surface total. Here it occurs the oceans and rivers, lakes, forming new rivers and lakes also. Because of the plate tectonic plate forces only. The result is the occurrence of geological structure like already we discussed, when faults forms and when faults forms, how earthquake occurs, how uh, if the plate tectonics move towards the direction, then the top of the structure will be form faults. Then it is called faults. If the plate tectonics move in opposite direction, then the uh, on the time it causes the faults. If rock structure is laid on the top surface of the earth, means this is the example for a fault. We have to observe this figure. This is one layer and this is one layer. Totally, it will be break. If the plate tectonics move to opposite direction, then it breaks the road of the top structure. This is the example. If the hanging wall is moves towards the down direction, if the footfall is moves towards the upward direction, and then here fault will be occurring. Next one, this is fold. If the plate tectonics moves towards the direction, then here folds will be formed. This is called fold. This is called fault. This is the examples for fault and fault. Same thing it will be happen in plate tectonics also. Depending upon the plate tectonics, landslides will be occur, and uh, earthquake also will be occur, and volcanoes eruption also. These kind of activities only will be occurred are formed. Next one, coming to the next slide. The detailed mode of formation, causes, types of classifications, importance. These are the how what are the mode of formation, how it causes, and what are the types, and what are the classifications of these kind of activities. It is the important, most important. We have to know about the structural geology. In structural geology is an arrangement of rocks and plays an important role for civil engineering in this section of suitable sites for all projects such as dams, tunnels, mm, multi-story buildings. These are this in this construction field. We generally identify where the fault is placed and where the fold is placed under the surface of the earth. First of all, we have to check the uh, condition of the earth surface and it is suitable or not. After we have to do construction. If we observe the surrounding of the wall also, we have to check surrounding of the areas also. You have to check if any construction will be placed. Then after near the building we get any fault or fault, it will be effect on this building also. It will be effect on dams and reservoirs also. It will be effect on tunnels also. That's why you have to check and do the construction in a suitable site for all projects, such as if any dams construction or tunnels construction or multi-story building construction or uh, any constructions, we have to observe the site selection. It is suitable or not, we have to observe. If any road construction also, same thing it will be, we have to observe. Next one, importance of geology from civil engineering point of view. Before construction roads, before construction, what are the importance we have to observe in civil engineering point of view? Before any construction like roads, bridges, tunnels, tanks, reservoirs, buildings, selection of site is important from the point of stability of foundation. If the stability of foundation is good, means the structure will be also automatically good. If the soil condition or rock structure of the condition will be uh, uh, not suitable for any construction, then it the foundation stability also not good. We have to first to check before the construction. Next one is geology provides a systematic knowledge of construction materials and their properties. It gives the systematic knowledge. In geology, we have to get systematic knowledge how to construct, where we have to construct, and the building materials is suitable for construction or not, and what are the properties of materials. We have generally we know in the geology subject only. The knowledge about the nature of the rocks in tunneling and construction of roads also, we have to get in geology subject only. If the nature of the rock is suitable or not in tunneling, generally we have to observe. If the construction of the roads also, it will be loose soil or so hard soil, we generally we have to observe and get the knowledge. After only we have to construct the uh, after only we have to construct the any tunnels or roads or dams. Any construction, get the knowledge of the ra- suitability of rocks. It is good or not, you have to check. Next one, coming to the next slide. The foundation problems of dams, bridges, buildings directly related with geology of area where they are to be built. Because why we have to uh, get the problem of dams, construction, bridges, buildings, any directly or indirectly geological disturbances means if if the surroundings of the area can have any, any fault structure, or any fault structure, generally we have to know the surrounding area of geological geological area. If the area is not suitable or not, we have to check primarily. After that, we have to construct any construction buildings or dams or bridges. We have to construct. Next one, coming to the knowledge of groundwater is necessary in connection with excavation work. If we do any excavation work, uh, we have to know the knowledge. If the groundwater is uh, more means we have to excavate less depth only. If less depth only. If from the top surface of the earth, in some areas the groundwater level is high. In some areas the groundwater level is low. In Anantapur regions, Rajasthan areas, there is less water content in groundwater table. In some of the areas have more water content. We have to know the knowledge about the groundwater table, and uh, if we have to use that knowledge in excavation works. Next one is water supply. If the water direction, which direction we have to supply is also depend on the uh, uh, surface flow surface of the earth. And irrigation works also we have to know the idea. We have to get knowledge on this area also, and any and many other purposes also we have to get the knowledge uh, for these kind of works. What is that excavation work, water supply, irrigation, many other works. Next one, we have to get knowledge in erosion, transportation, deposition. First topic we have already discussed. Now also I explaining. First, if the any soil converts by surface of water helps in soil conservation or river control. If the soil will be eroded with the help of water and transport to from one place to another place and deposited it another place, uh, are located in river controls also, river bedded areas. Coming to the next slide, geological maps and sections help considerably in planning many engineering projects. Uh, why you have to know the knowledge for geological maps and section help considerable in planning many engineering projects, because we have to know the uh, surrounding of the areas. If there is any fault or fold or any earthquake body structures in that area, we have to know. If there is any contour levels, we have to know in a map only. After that, we have to plan the engineering projects. This is called pre-geological survey of the area concerned, reduces the cost of planning work. That's why we have to know the geological maps. First selection section help considerably in planning. In many engineering projects, we have to do in this kind of works only. And if the geological features like faults, folds, joints, beds, if these are found, they have been suitably treated or not. We have to check, and the stability of the rock structure is also important. It is good or not, also it is important. These all are the importance of geological from civil engineering point of view. Coming to the next slide, weathering of rocks. Weathering of rocks means the deteriorating effect due to weather, climate, or any atmospheric agencies or rocks may be described as weathering of rocks. If the different kind of rocks which formed under different conditions undergo disintegration or decay when exposed on the S surface. Disintegration means it breaks into small pieces or decay or decomposed. Decay or decomposed when exposed on the earth surface in different conditions. In if it will be occur in any weathering effects or undergo causes the atmospheric agencies, affect the atmospheric agencies, then the top layer of the structure will be changed if any weathering of affects. Weathering, two important classifications of weathering effects, weathering process exists. First one is physical weathering, second one is chemical weathering. If any different changes occur on the a natural way, that is called physical weathering. If any weathering occur in with chemical reaction, that is called chemical weathering. These two are the differences. It will be occur in natural form, it will be occur in chemical form. The naturally occur forming disturbance is called physical weathering. Chemically forming weathering is called chemical weathering. With this, I am stopping today's section. Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.